Welcome back, everyone. This is Jaronitis bringing you Feed the Beast 1.6, episode 33. Today, we're going to do something fun. Something that I've wanted to do since, oh gosh, I'd have to remember which episode that was, but it was a long time ago when I lost my portal gun. But now, we get a new portal gun. We're gonna make a new portal gun. Yes. I was so upset that I lost my other portal gun. And now we are going to make a new one. So, whoops. RTA. Wow, I can't do that worth a crap, can I? Portal gun. Alright. So, we're going to make a default portal gun. A default portal gun is iron, obsidian, diamond, and a miniature black hole. Now, we couldn't make one of these before now because the miniature black hole requires, you guessed it, a nether star. But now we can make nether stars. Well, we don't make nether stars, we use nether stars, but dadgummit, whatever, I'm gonna go make a portal gun. This is gonna be awesome. Hey, I forgot I had those. Alright, so we're actually going to make 2 miniature black holes because I have plans to use another one later on, although that probably won't be anytime soon. And I'm not going to do that this episode by any means. But, let's see, 2 of those, a diamond, and 5 iron ingots. 5 iron ingots and a diamond. Portal gun, go! Okay, fine. Portal gun, go! Yay! I got a new portal gun. Look, I can do this. Whee! Whee! And now I can actually even do this. I love it. Not only that, but I can do this. I can pick chests up and move them around and fling them all over to 16 corners of the earth and then put them right back. Because where it would have been great to have this before, now not so much because I've already moved everything. But now, if I want to, I can go find spawners, I can move them around, I can finally change my design on this particular spawn killer. Gosh, there's so many things I want to do with the portal gun, and I'm going to get started on them sometime later on because I don't want to do it right now. So, there's a couple things that we can do. Of course, now we have a portal gun, and that's wonderful, and that will come in very handy for various different things. But in today's episode, I have to decide how I want to move forward doing things. And I think that I want to have some fun by going into a mod that I really know basically nothing about. I know the basics of it, but I don't really know a whole lot about it. I actually had to go and look up how to start the mod because I couldn't remember how I was supposed to start it from last time. Whee! That's awesome. Alright, sorry. I'm just gonna, whee! Alright, so what we want to get started on today is Ars Magica, actually. There's probably a lot of stuff that I don't have that I'm gonna need to have. Specifically, Alm. I only have 2 Alm, and I only have 5 blue orchids. And there's another one that I don't think I have any of because I haven't found a desert biome in order to harvest some. So I'm going to have to make it a point to find some Ars Magica stuff. But in the meantime, let's go look in the Ars Magica items. There's a lot of stuff here that I don't know about. This is what what I need to find is some Desert Nova. And of course you can't make those. And you can't make the alms. And I don't even know what wake blooms are. And what is that? Winter's grasp, it's freezing cold. No idea what that is. But there's so many things that you can do with this mod, and they're so... It's just so hard to even get into it. So what I want to do for this episode is just get a basic start for it and do a couple things. Sigils. I didn't realize they had sigils already. That was supposed to be in the fairly new version. Life Essence. Oh, Essence Refiner. Arcane Ash. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so we can't know anything about this until we actually do something that is going to let us learn something about it. And that's going to involve some of these buckets of liquid essence. Now, I'm not actually sure that you can do this with moved liquid essence. I'm thinking you might have to do it with naturally spawning liquid essence. And if that's the case, that'll be fine. We can go somewhere and use the liquid essence that is in that location. Specifically, one of the things that I happened to notice while exploring the Deep Dark is that there are lots of pools of this stuff in the Deep Dark. So the Deep Dark will be a wonderful place to figure out about these things because there's plenty of it there. Now, this liquid essence is essentially just raw power from the Ars Magica mod. So to do stuff, what we're going to need is a book. And we're also going to need an extra item frame. Oh, I have 5 buckets of liquid essence? How did I do that? They spawn in 4s. Oh, that's right. I picked up a bucket in the Deep Dark to make sure that's what it was. Okay. Anyway, the other thing I need is item frames, and I thought I had some extra item frames left over from where I did this. Are they in wood stuff? No, they're not. Well, we can always make a couple more. Why would they be in mob drops? I really would have thought they would be in miscellaneous junk, but either I'm looking straight at them and not seeing them, which I don't deny is possible, is actually very possible, or I just don't have them. So let's just assume I don't have them, and we're going to go ahead and do this. Alright, item frames, they should be leather and sticks. Yep, 1 piece of leather surrounded by sticks. Okay, that's fine. Hey, I haven't touched you in a while. Give me a piece of leather. There we go. Leather, and I got the sticks already, so let's go ahead and put these somewhere I'll actually remember they're there. And we will make an item frame. So to get started in Ars Magica... Oops, not the book. Jeez. Okay, so to get started in Ars Magica, what you need to do is find a pool of liquid essence, like this. Or, hopefully, this is going to work. If not, we'll have to go somewhere. And you put an item frame and the book in the item frame next to the liquid essence. Yep, it works. As you can see, you're getting this nice little particle effect. You're seeing the little runes and weird letterings and stuff go into it. And it flashes, and now, instead of the item frame, you now have the Arcane Compendium that was in there instead of the book. So the Arcane Compendium is basically just like the Thaumonomicon for Ars Magica. The Thaumonomicon for Ars Magica. Well, it essentially is the Thaumonomicon for Ars Magica, but it is the I don't know, that's interesting. It actually linked with my test world. That's funny. Because I was testing this stuff out in the test world. What you guys actually saw there was the last thing I looked at in my test world. And that's very interesting. Okay, anyway. So, basically this works a lot like the Thaumonomicon for Thaumcraft. And it teaches us stuff about Ars Magica. So, one of the first couple things I want to do is to figure out how this stuff works. Now, you can read about all this different stuff using the compendium and so on. The UI. Now, this is something that I wanted to try. You type /AMUICFG, and that's going to give you the configuration for the Ars Magica stuff. So, AMUICFG. So, we're going to do /AMUICFG. Okay, good. So that's going to show us how this stuff works. Positive buffs, negative buffs, numeric XP value. Now, it's not giving us a numeric XP value, and I thought I could drag these things around. Okay, I can. Okay, the positive buffs and the negative buffs, that shouldn't be a problem. The XP bar, it would be nice if I actually saw it in numbers. Numeric mana value would be nice as well. Numeric burnout value, but unfortunately these things aren't going to be showed right now. There is a way to actively have them showed. Ah, duh, maybe this big options button. Okay, XP value always visible, yes. Armor status, yes. Minimal HUD. Okay, no. Durations, yes. Numeric, yes. Okay, there we go. Awesome. So that should take care of that. So, wait a minute, was XP bar? XP always visible, yes. Okay, good. So now we're going to move the XP bar. Ooh, there's not going to be a really good place for this, is there? Put the XP bar up here, and the numeric XP value will go right next to it. As a personal preference, I mean, you obviously can do it however you want to. We're going to move this right to here with this right beneath it, and then burnout can go here. And what is this? Contingency type? I have no idea what that means. There's my armor. We'll put the armor. Whoops, no, I was thinking it would be all together. Okay, well, the armor can... No, we're going to have to keep that up here. It's got to be out of the way, otherwise it'll annoy me. I might not have it show the armor HUD, just because chances are I'm not going to use the Ars Magica armor. But, there we go. If I can put this stuff in the right places. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that should be good enough. And what is this? What is this? It doesn't say what this is. Oh, it's magic level. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so now we hit escape to get out of that. And now we can see what we have going on here. Alright, so now that we have that on the screen, and gosh, now that I can see it, it's going to drive me nuts until I figure it out. Okay, anyway, so my first spell, it's telling you how to make your first spell. Now, as you start to try to make things, in order for you to be able to make your first spell, as you make, you says first you need to create an Oculus. Well, when you create an Oculus, you can't click on it here to give you the recipe for it, but if you go over to the blocks section, you should have the Oculus here, and the Oculus will it'll show you how to make the Oculus as well. But first, we want to get through this first stuff. So your first spell, it tells you to make an Oculus, it tells you to make an inscription table, it tells you to make a crafting altar. So it's telling you to make these things because each time you make one, it's going to unlock more stuff in the Arcane Compendium. It's going to show you more things, you'll learn more stuff. It'll show you how to make more things. So basically I'm just going to burn through these real quick because I've already read these and I'm not worried about it. And magic level is fine, mana level is fine, moonstone meteors are fine, spell creation, that's fine too. Okay, so that takes care of that. And now you'll notice that as I'm going through these, the little half moons or crescent moons here that are here, as I'm touching them on them, they actually will disappear. If you look right there, now there's no crescent moon there. And not only that, but this particular thing doesn't have the little star stuff behind it. When you unlock a new section, it'll show the little star stuff behind it, and that lets you know that there's a new item that you haven't looked at in there. So in this case, that's wonderful. I'm not going to worry about reading any of this stuff right now. I just want to get it off of my, hey, you've got new stuff section of things. It's also showing me stuff that, because I've made certain things already, even though I didn't have the book active, it has showed me, hey, there's this stuff that's available. I found a Dark Mage, I found a Hecate, I found a Mana Creeper, I found a Mana Elemental, I found the Water Elemental. Okay, now if I had just created this book when I first created the world, none of this would have been here because I would have never have run into one yet. So even though I didn't have the book, it was still keeping track of stuff that I've run into. Okay, so that being said, we want to, I'm not really sure about Ars Magica ores. Vintium, Arcane Compound, Arcane Ash, Purified Chimerite, Blue Topaz, Sunstone. Okay, I found Moonstone, I found Sunstone, I found Topaz, I found Chimerite, I found Vintium. I don't know. Okay, good. So it's showing you how to make all this stuff. If I need to make some, I will look back at this. In the meantime, since it tells me to start with making an Oculus, we're going to make an Oculus. So if we go to the blocks thing, we can find the Oculus, and we find that we need stone bricks, coal, blue topaz, and glass. So we're going to go ahead and, gosh, seeing that up there is really bugging the crap out of me. Okay, so we're going to make an Oculus. Now, I'm really not sure. Oh, that's right. I put the glass over here now. So I'm really not sure. I think I'm going to actually build an entire separate section of my base specifically to house Ars Magica stuff. But for now, just getting things started and set up, I'm just going to do it all right here in the blocks. Seriously. Alright, so in the block section. Now, I'm probably not going to do a bunch of episodes back to back on Ars Magica just because I need to learn some stuff about the mod as well as showing you guys stuff about it. So, whoops. Oh, that's okay. I should be able to actually look it up in here and see the Oculus. And yes, cool. The other thing I needed was blue topaz, and that's wonderful. I've got plenty of that right there. So like I said, I'll start doing stuff this way, and then I will add to it as I'm doing things. Okay, achievement get, new entry unlocked. Now, it will tell you that every time you make something, that unlocks new information in here. Now, as you can see, the starry stuff behind these items was not showing a minute ago, but now all of a sudden we're showing stuff again. And we learn about silver skills, and we learn about spell parchment, la-di-da. Here's how you make spell parchment. That's wonderful. And then it shows you how to make an inscription table. Because the inscription table was not present a minute ago, this is something that has added since I made the Oculus. So, since I know I want to continue to add things, and you have to hit escape to get out of this, I want to go ahead and make the inscription table. So, for the inscription table, we're going to need spell parchment, we're going to need wooden planks, we're going to need wooden slabs. And let's see, we also needed a feather and a torch. So, a feather. And torches should be stored over here, since that's where I'm keeping these lately. Alright, the other thing I need is spell parchment. Spell parchment is sticks and paper should be in the miscellaneous junk section if I had any. And that's fine, I don't, but I do have plenty of sugarcane. And one of these days I'll clear that out, I swear. Okay, so we're going to make some paper, and now we're going to go ahead and make some spell parchments. Alright, so now we should be able to go ahead and make the inscription table. And go. Okay. I guess I'll do it myself. Oh, I got it wrong. It was 3. Okay, I grabbed 3 planks and 2 of the slabs, and it's 2 planks and 3 slabs. Okay, so now when I make this, we should get the same achievement get. Indeed, new entry unlocked. So now we look in here, and wow, there's a whole bunch of new stuff. Okay, so here's telling you about spell components and how that works. And here it's added in the crafting altar, which we will make next. Stone and Vintium dust, which is no big deal. I've got plenty of that, actually. Lectern and the magic wall. I like the idea of the magic wall. It looks all pretty right here, but it doesn't actually look like that when you actually make it. And then, of course, the different shapes for spells. I'll cover this stuff as I actually use the new stuff, but for the moment, I'm not really, wow, that's a complicated multi-block structure. Okay, so yeah, we'll get into that eventually. This is actually used for making spells, or it is now anyway. So we will make one of these once I actually have a spot picked out for it. But in the meantime, we're just going to continue making stuff and unlocking things. I'll probably title this episode Ars Magica Beginnings, and it'll probably say now with new portal gun, because I'm so happy I have a new portal gun. I gotta find some really awesome way to use it to make it like all worthwhile and stuff. But I got a new portal gun. That's awesome. Alright, so the other thing it said was to make a crafting table. Now I have here the Vintium dust. The Ventium dust came from the Ventium ore. If you've been watching the series, you'll know that I've gotten Ventium ore, and instead of storing it as ore, since the only thing that Ventium ore can be done anything with is to smelt it, to cook it into Ventium dust. Every time I've found Ventium ore, I've automatically smelted it into dust. So I've got plenty of Ventium dust. So now we should be able to put this with this and make the crafting altar. Now, I happen to know that by doing this, it's actually going to unlock another new entry, and that's going to give us more stuff. Okay, the Essence System. The Essence System is basically the power system for Ars Magica. Okay, this is going to tell you, it's just like Redstone Flux or EU or Minecraft Jules or MJ for the other mods, but this is the power system for Ars Magica. So we'll look more at that later. There's different types of nexuses. Nexuses are essentially the generators. There's a light nexus, a neutral nexus, and a dark nexus. And each one does things different ways. As I create them and use them, I will go more into that. So, but for now, this is just unlocking things. Making chalk is the way to make the essences. Essence bag. I didn't know about this. Essence refiner. Okay, we know we need an essence refiner. That's fine, but I didn't realize that was there. And of course, the runes. The runes I'm going to need a lot of different dyes for. And luckily, I've been using my my bees outside have been going anytime I've been on, and they actually cause flowers to occur. And flowers are going to make my different dyes. And with the different dyes, I can make the different color runes. So that all works out nicely there. Everstone, that's cool. Magician's Workbench. Where was this? Multiple crafting grids. Wow. Oh, okay. I've seen about this, but I was confused for a second there. I didn't know what I was talking about. Chisel, that's fine. And you've got the information on the light nexus. This is what was on the thing before because I had gotten this far in my test world. So, no, back. And essence nexus, back. And dark nexus, back. Okay, so that takes care of all of that stuff. So what I want to do now is we're going to make a couple of little things, and we're going to decide, generally speaking, where we're going to make our Ars Magica stuff. I was considering building like a little room, like cut this wall right here open, and go through into this section over here and build a big Ars Magica room. But I'm thinking I might actually go outside here and use some of this vast open space, which, by the way, took me a really long time to fix after the Wither battle. That was kind of grueling, I gotta say. Fixing the giant holes in the ground was no fun whatsoever. But, fixing all this. But since I have this huge, vast open area, I think I might just come over here and make this my Ars Magica space. But, that way I keep it away from the other stuff. But, I mean, at the same time, I don't want to have it away from my other stuff because, all my item storage and stuff is here, and I want to be able to have access to all the stuff here. So, either it's going to be out there, or I'm going to build a wing on the house up here, or I'm going to go and do all that underground. I really don't want to do that underground. I like having the sky above my head. But at the same time, there's a certain allure to having it maybe going down underneath this basement and making it like a dark wizard's lair, or something like that. I don't know, there's so many possibilities. Dang. Okay, well, anyway, in the meantime, I'm going to do a couple of things right now. We're going to think about this. The Oculus is what you use to learn things in Ars Magica. You place it down, and basically what it is a magnifier that looks into your soul, down into the deepest part of your essence, and shows you things about yourself. In this case, it's showing you that you can learn offensive spells, defensive spells, and utility spells. These aren't direct spells, but they are spell components, and you then, each component you unlock, you can then put into making a spell. There are quite a few. I honestly don't know that much about them, but there will be plenty of time to learn about these. Unfortunately, it means that most of the mechanics stuff that I've been working on is going to have to take a break because I'll have to focus. I have a hard time focusing on more than one thing at a time, so I'll have to focus on doing stuff with this in the meantime. The other stuff will have to go away in the meantime while I'm focusing on this. I can't even focus on what I'm saying to begin with. Alright, so we're going to go with offensive spells. As you can see, this one here, it says projectile not learned, and it's written in blue. Gravity and bounce and physical damage and lightning damage and fire damage. And eventually, we'll get down here. Piercing is written in red, and freeze is written in green. These are different tiers of difficulty. Blue being the simplest, green being the second hardest, and red being the absolute hardest. And you have to get different things to unlock these. When you first unlock, you are given 3 blue skill points. So, what I want to do, here we go. I'm going to use a blue point on self, and now I know how to cast spells on myself. So when I get to the point where I can create spells that are cast on myself. Leap, regeneration. Now, regeneration is something that I'd like to have, because probably the first thing I want to make is a healing spell, so that I can heal myself when I go battling the Wither and so on. So we're going to learn regeneration, and we're going to learn heal. So those are the 3 points that I had. Now, the funny part is that until I actually started doing the research in these, I didn't realize what these infinity orbs were. I found them in dungeons, and the infinity orbs are actually, there's blue, green, and red infinity orbs. Why is that? Because there's blue, green, and red skill points. So when I right-click with this, you gained a blue skill point. And now I right-click with this, and I gained a green skill point. So now when I look in here, I have blue and green skills open. So now I can actually look and say, life tap, dispel, healing. That's a red one. I'm not sure about that. Contingency damage. I don't know what that is either. A lot of this stuff's going to have to be looked up a lot more differently. Leap, slow fall, charm, gravity well, contingency fall. Know what that means. Haste, slow wall. Okay, so there's nothing really. I'm not worried about leap because I imagine it just makes it so you can jump higher. I have a bat form. I can fly. What do I care? So I guess the next thing I'll do is I will learn a projectile. And then there's bounce, gravity, and physical damage, but I don't have any more blue skill points. So leveling up magically will give you more points. You can get those infinity orbs from doing certain things. Defeating boss monsters from Ars Magica will do that as well, and so on. We're running out of time for this episode, and I'm running out of the knowledge that I have accumulated so far. One of the things that we do want to get started on is to get some nexuses going, because we are going to have nexuses to provide power for the things that we are going to do in Ars Magica. The problem that I have is, even if I get a nexus ready, hey, that's not, oh, look at that, dispel, heal, life tap, I haven't even got life tap, and regeneration. Okay, so, I just completely lost track of what I was just saying, but let's just do this real quick. Components. Since I'm in the components section, let's just cover this real quick. If I were to add a heal component to a spell I'm making, to have a heal component, you are required a green rune and an Om every time. That is non-negotiable. So if you want heal to be added to a spell when you're making spells, you will always need a green rune and you will always need an Om. Same thing with regeneration. You will always need a blue rune. You will always need a golden apple. So if you add multiple things, it makes it so you need multiple items so that you can make the spell. So, and dispels are going to require a purple rune, a bucket of milk, blue topaz, and some arcane ash, and so on. Now I think, yep, you can even click on arcane ash, and it says, hey, here's arcane ash, by burning arcane compounds in a furnace. Arcane ashes have been okay. So it's not showing me how to make that, but it's arcane compounds. But it's not showing me about that either. So I thought I had arcane ash as a known thing. Items. Essence, no. Maybe I missed something there, but anyway, I guess I haven't discovered that yet because arcane ash requires that I make the other stuff first. But anyway, that's the basics for Ars Magica. It took a lot longer to get through the beginning of the basics. I was actually planning on doing more in this episode, but well, slowly. So if you like what you see, give me a like. If you want to follow along and see what I do next, give me a subscription and follow along. Otherwise, remember, help spread the gaming.